No. Give James a promotion, otherwise today's wedding is off. Marie Lynn sat on the sofa and looked with an overbearing expression at the young man sitting beside her. Calvin Parker was dressed in a black tuxedo, complete with boutonniere. The muscles on his face twitched nonstop. Lori, his bride-to-be, sat next to him with her head lowered. No one could guess what she was thinking. Also in the room was Lori's brother James, who, in contrast with the others, looked relaxed as he played a game on his cell phone while humming a tune. Today was supposed to be Calvin's wedding day, the day he was to marry his girlfriend, whom he has been dating for 3 years. However, when he went to pick her up at her house, Marie immediately raised the cost of marrying her daughter by asking him to give Lori's brother a promotion in Calvin's family business. Calvin had already spent a lot of money on this wedding, the venue, the cars, the banquets, and even $500,000 in gifts. Now she wanted him to do the impossible. Motherland, it's not that I don't want to promote James to a higher position in Parker Inc. I don't have any connection to my family or its business right now. What? I don't believe you. I think you can do anything you want to do, Marie pouted. Your feelings for my daughter aren't worth this small gesture. The two of you will be living together in the future. It's worth it. Of course it's worth it, but this is just something I cannot do. Can we first tie the knot before we think of a way? No. I want James to have that promotion first. Marie Lynn was not moved at all. Calvin took a deep breath and looked at his fiancée. Lori, help me persuade your mother. After we get married, I will find a way to do what she wants, okay? Lori finally raised her head and said, Calvin, it's not that I don't want to support you, but it's impossible. I'm not the only one at home. I have my brother. He also wants to find a partner and get married. How can I not care about him? Lori purposely pretended to be pitiful. I know you love me, and I've already treated you like a member of my family. Just look at it as though you were helping my little brother for me, okay? Only then did Calvin understand that he was face to face with the devil. Lori's brother also knew it. As soon as he had turned 16, James Hugh had dropped out of school and had never looked for a job. He remained stuck inside his own head. Lori, I didn't say that I wouldn't help. It's not like you don't know what's going on with me. I've not had anything to do with my family or its business for 6 years. Besides, you and me, we have our own lives. Your brother... Before Calvin could finish his sentence, James slammed the table, stood up and shouted, What about me? What's wrong with me? Calvin stammered, I didn't mean anything, James began to smash everything around him while continuing to shout. Sis, is this the man you've been waiting for? He can't even do you a favor for your brother, yet you like this trash? What about me? I need help. I feel like I died a long time ago. James, you don't say that to him. He's about to become your brother-in-law. He'll do what he can. He'll definitely do it, Lori quickly retorted. And where's the money he supposedly has already given us? I haven't seen a single cent. He's so careful about the money he spends, yet you go to that nightclub every night and sit in that expensive club seating. Little James, don't talk nonsense. Lori immediately ran over to cover his mouth. She hadn't expected her brother to expose this matter. You are sitting on the stage? Calvin's face immediately turned dark after hearing this. Calvin, Lori was at a loss for words. Sis, he's only angry because he doesn't have the ability to do it himself. James snorted coldly at Lori. Anyway, I won't be getting that promotion today. I won't be in your family anymore. What a sin. Before Calvin could react to this news of Lori's lavish spending, Marie suddenly slapped her thigh and cried, We don't want this marriage anymore. We don't want it anymore. To be ruined by this poor bastard. Calvin looked at the chaos in the room, and bit by bit, his heart turned cold. He felt whatever love he had felt for Lori was now stained with mud. When compared to material wealth and prestige, everything else was meaningless. Just at that moment, Calvin's cell phone rang. He took it out and saw the number of the caller ID. His heart seemed to stop. It was them. 6 years after his family had kicked him out, they were now trying to contact him. With the three of them still quarreling in the background, Calvin answered the call. He heard an old, familiar voice on the other end. "Young man, long time no see." "Uncle Howard?" "It's me." "You still remember this, old man?" Uncle Howard sniffed and seemed a little sad. "Calvin, your father has passed away. Before he did, he left all his inheritance to you." Calvin felt his heart jump, but he was confused. "Wait, he left his inheritance to me? How is this possible? Didn't I get erased as a member of the Parker family?" Calvin recalled what had happened 6 years ago. He had lobbied his family's elder and ruling members for $4 million to invest in the internet, and the result was a complete mess. The family rules were ironclad. A loser was not welcome among them and could only withdraw. With great mocking and ridicule by countless people, Calvin was forced to leave the family. "That was because your father had always been unable to put down his pride," Uncle Howard sighed. "The fact is, your vision was right. The internet company you invested in is now listed on the market, and the shares you bought back then are now worth $1 billion. Calvin's heart shook. "That much?" "And that is only temporary. There will be more in the future. Also, I got finance to give you $100 million for your living expenses. When you use that up, let me know." After Calvin hung up, he wanted to laugh, and he did. He had never imagined that his entire life would be turned upside down in such a short amount of time. But his laughter was short-lived. James suddenly rushed forward and grabbed Calvin's collar. "You still have the nerve to smile when you have no money, no position, no power to give me a promotion? Do you goddamn want to die?" Calvin grabbed James' wrist and pushed him away. James staggered back a few steps and almost fell down. "You want to fight?" Calvin laughed, full of arrogance and contempt. "Well, come on. You were still in your mother's womb when I was fighting the big boys." James was furious. "What do you have to fight for? You don't have any goddamn power. You don't have any goddamn money to fight for." "No money? Who told you that?" Calvin picked up his phone and asked Siri to call the customer service number at his bank. "Check how much money is in my account," he asked. "Sir, the balance in your account is $301.49. From the other end came the gentle and courteous voice of the customer service lady. "You dare to be arrogant with just $300? Sis, you really did find a cheap man." "Please check again," Calvin said calmly. "Sir, I've already checked for you." "I'm really sorry, but can I trouble you to check again?" Calvin said politely. "All right, I've checked again. Your account balance is 300. Halfway through her words, the customer service lady's voice suddenly stopped. "Oh, wait a moment. You have received a remittance. Your current balance is $100,300.49. Suddenly, the room fell into a deathly silence. James, Lori, and Calvin's future mother-in-law were dumbstruck and speechless. $100 million. Why did Calvin suddenly have $100 million? "I knew it! I knew my future son-in-law was the best!" Marie suddenly slapped her thigh and shouted happily. Hurry, Lori, hurry and put on some makeup. There's still a wedding car waiting for you." "Yeah, that's right. Sis, hurry up and go. I'm going to give my bro a cigar. Isn't Arturo Fuente okay?" "There's no need to trouble yourself," Calvin said lightly. He raised his eyebrows as he looked at this family, now undergoing a drastic change in perspective. Marie was stunned. What do you mean?" "You guys just said that you don't want to be ruined by a poor bastard." Calvin put his hands in his pockets. "I'm no longer getting married. Why don't you try someone else?"